In fact, she seems to pretty much be obsessed with it. During her time as a writer for Saturday Night Live, she often infused racial commentary into the sketches she wrote.
And that's when I reached for Excedrin. New Excedrin for racial tension headaches.
It's even in Mean Girls, one of the earliest Tina Fey creations, usually with regard to black people. And I don't know, I guess I just think that's weird for some liberal white woman to feel comfortable making a show where that happens.
You realize this is incredibly offensive.
Yes. I realize this is incredibly offensive. Yes! Tina, what's going on here, bro? What's going on?
Fill the room with the juice. That's a lot of loot. That bit fire. Yeah, she kinda cute.
Welcome back to the channel, you guys. First of all, I need to say thank you. Thank you. We have just hit 6K subscribers. What the heck? It sounds like 6 million to me. Okay, period. I'm super excited. So I will be doing the giveaway details today, so stay tuned. Now, before we get into today's reaction, first of all, before I started filming, why did I get a phone call talking about your social security number is compromised and you are going to be issued a warrant and all this stuff? And I was over here freaking out, and then I had to just pause. I said, wait a second, let me pause here. What am I hearing? I'm hearing a Middle Eastern man, maybe Indian. I'm hearing a lot of people speaking in the background. I'm hearing bull to the crap. Obviously, you know what I mean? So I hang up and then I'm just like, Pearl, that was a whole scam. Like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Like, he asked me what the call was about. I was like, first of all, how are you gonna ask me what the call was about when you called me and now I'm talking to you? Like, sir, get off of my phone. I straight up emailed. I mean, no, I didn't email. I Googled like social security scam. Why did I find the exact phone call? I said, you know what? Let me let people know, bro. If you get a phone call like that, do not give them anything, because he asked me for my name, and I could just tell like he wanted me to like, you know, tell him my social security so that he could like look it up and see like what happened. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was like baiting for that, but he wasn't asking. You know what I mean? So legally, he can do that. I was just like, click, bye. Anyways, back to what I was freaking talking about, guys. That is so scary. That is so scary because I've had my social security stolen before. So because of that, I was really highly alert. I was highly freaking alert. Now, Tina Fey. Look, first of all, I need y'all to understand, I love Tina Fey. I have never, ever came across anything that would make me question Tina Fey. I'm not going to even lie to you. I really haven't. So I don't know what this reaction is going to be like. I don't even know when I came across this video, because let me tell you something. This video came out in 2018 and it was in my watch later section, but it was like a little further down. So I was like, what is this? And how come I never watched it? So we are about to see what this is all about. While that's happening, I'm going to try to get some eyebrows on. I don't know. I'm really trying to do a natural look with my eyebrows now, and it is really hard, especially because I don't have the brow pen by Anastasia. It just came out. I ordered it. 15% off. I was so happy I got it for 15% off, because let me tell you something. Paying $20+ for something that you're going to put right here and then that's it is a little appalling. I'm so sorry, but it is appalling. Anyways, let's hop up in this reaction. If you're brand new here, welcome to the channel. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe, because look, you're gonna be mad if you didn't later. Let me tell you. Tina Fey, girl, I'm praying you don't break my heart right now. I'm praying. Jesus.
Hi, I'm T1J.
Hi.
So I think Tina Fey is one of the funniest people on the planet.
That's what I'm saying.
Whether I'm watching one of her sitcoms or even just an interview on a late night talk show, I'm usually either laughing out loud or grinning with delight at how clever she is. And I also think she's an important figure who has played a significant role in increasing the visibility of women in comedy.
Facts.
But as we've learned over and over again, especially recently, even those we admire most are not immune to scrutiny and criticism. So, that said, have you ever noticed just how often Tina Fey uses racial humor in her work?
I sure don't.
It's kind of awkward.
I sure didn't. What you talking about?
So you may have heard about
I sure didn't.
the unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. a show that Tina Fey
I
co-created.
never watched
It
it.
contains a bizarre plotline about a Native American woman named Jacqueline, played by Jane Krakowski, who abandons her family to live her dream of being an upper-class white woman. Now, I actually think that's kind of a funny premise. Her full name is Jacqueline White, which is hilarious.
That's interesting.
And the show definitely doesn't attempt to make the audience sympathize with this character, at least at first. Jacqueline is kind of an asshole, and her life is in complete disarray, I guess implying that the life of a high-class white woman isn't always what it's cracked up to be.
White people. Am I right?
But it still seems like a very weird
Okay.
in a sitcom in 2016 when the first season of Kimmy Schmidt was released on Netflix.
I have
And I can
literally
understand
never
why some
watched
people
it.
might have been uncomfortable with it, if not outright offended by it. In addition to the confusing Native American subplot, the Vietnamese character Dong Nguyen is introduced as a romantic interest for Kimmy. And male Asian love interests are rare in American TV and movies, so the show deserves praise for that. But the character itself is kind of a bland stereotype. And the list goes on. Racial commentary is a huge part of the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Even the theme song is a reference to all those clips of bizarre news interviews with poor black people that were going viral a few years ago.
Yikes.
But this is by no means the only time Tina Fey has tackled race in her work. In fact, she seems to pretty much be obsessed with it. During her time as a writer for Saturday Night Live, she often infused racial commentary into the sketches she wrote.
And that's when I reach for Excedrin. New Excedrin for racial tension headaches.
It's even in Mean Girls, one of the earliest creations to gain a lot of traction.
So if you're from Africa, why are you white?
But I first noticed this trend on her show 30 Rock, which one might
Never watched
argue
it.
is, at least thus far, her magnum opus. If you don't know, 30 Rock is a sitcom about the behind-the-scenes happenings at a fictional sketch comedy show called TGS with Tracy Jordan. Tina Fey plays Liz Lemon, the head writer of the show, and she's joined by her boss Jack, a confident and clean-cut executive, as well as Tracy and Jenna, the eccentric stars of her show, among others. 30 Rock is a hilarious show with brilliant performances of masterfully conceived characters. I think it's one of the best sitcoms ever. It also has an unexpectedly high amount of race-related humor, usually with regard to black people. And I don't know, I guess I just think that's weird for some liberal white woman to feel comfortable making a show where that happens.
You realize this is incredibly offensive.
Yes.
You realize this is incredibly offensive. Yes! Tina, what's going on here, bro? What's going on? Interesting. Where's my eyebrow stuff? Like, I'm literally getting annoyed.
Tina Fey was actually born and raised in Upper Darby, Pennsylvania, which, according to the internet, is notably diverse when it comes to race, with about 45% of the population being non-white. I'm not sure what the percentages exactly were when Fey was there, but it's likely that she interacted with and befriended black folks and people of other races as she was growing up. This could explain why she might feel more comfortable than your average white lady talking about race.
Even your
And I
average
think
white
it's
lady.
important for white people with platforms of any size to figure out ways to talk to other white people about race and racism.
Facts.
Because unfortunately, a lot of them just aren't ready to listen to actual people of color.
Right.
And the people who create media play a big role in that. And to be fair, in 30 Rock and other Tina Fey creations, a lot of the jokes are pretty obvious commentaries on racism. That's one of the great things about fictional satire. You have a flawed character say or do something stupid just to demonstrate to the audience how stupid it actually is.
Listen to yourself, Pete. I don't want to sound racist, but that Peter Pocket might be a terrorist.
Peter Pocket.
That's
Not a
racist.
Peter Pocket.
There are two main black characters.
I can't believe she
First
said
is
that.
Tracy Jordan, who is an irresponsible and
Peter
arguably
Pocket.
insane
You
dimwit
are
with
rude.
too much money.
Wow.
He's generally a menace to Liz and all of his other coworkers,
That
and
is
he's portrayed
crazy.
as an unfaithful
A
husband and
Peter
neglectful
Pocket. I love
father.
Peter.
His character is clearly
Peter
meant to
Bread
be a
is
parody
good.
of extravagant black celebrities that white people often perceive as unsophisticated, like certain rappers, actors, and athletes. The other main black character is James Spurlock, a writer on TGS whom everybody calls Twofer, because, to quote Jack, with him you get a 2-for-1. He's a black guy and a Harvard guy.
Not
It's implied by Twofer's reaction to this
super.
that he didn't choose this name and may not even be very fond of it. which I think is a subtle commentary on how black people often have to bite the bullet and stomach casual racism in the workplace.
All day, every day. What are you talking about?
Black intellectual who is often frustrated by Tracy's antics because he thinks they make black people look bad. Now, while these tropes are not pulled from thin air, people like the uneducated celebrity and the snobby intellectual exist within the black community. They are nonetheless stereotypes. And making a character a racial stereotype isn't a problem if you're going to provide commentary on it. But in general, 30 Rock doesn't really do this. I think these characters are the way they are just because Tina Fey thinks it's funny. And to be fair, it is funny. But it's hard not to perceive these characters as simply making fun of black people. And this is emphasized when you take a look at some of the non-white characters that aren't series regulars.
Oh, no.
And that's the thing. A lot of the racial humor on 30 Rock isn't really social commentary. It's just like black jokes.
Kim tells me that you started your own movie studio this summer.
Yes, I'm sort of the Black Tyler Perry.
Oh my God, I didn't use the N-word, did I?
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, good. I mean, I never would.
Jenna, take the mic off because you're always late and you take no responsibility for your actions.
Irregardless, you know what? Race card. Don't accept it.
I think you and me are gonna make a great team.
Oh, you looking for a sassy black friend?
Oh no, I didn't.
Well, you got one now, girlfriend. Go on.
We never would have
She
stooped
said-
so low on Black Friday. Niles, this Beaujolais is impeccable. It's both fruity and precocious.
Now, in response to criticism of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Tina Fey said that her new goal is, quote, not to explain jokes, unquote. And I understand that. If you have to explain a joke, then it's probably not a very good joke.
Right.
But just for the purpose of this video, I'll explain that Black Frasier joke. It's funny because they're black. Same thing with the FEY'S.com. It's funny because they're black, and you wouldn't expect big black dudes to be intelligent and sensitive. Now, of course, subverting our racial prejudices is part of how media can combat racism. So characters like Grizz and .com could be perceived as progressive.
Grizz.com, thank you for pretending to be bouncers.
Maybe someday we'll live in a world where you ask us to pretend to be scientists.
But there's a line where subverting prejudices as a form of commentary crosses over into exploiting prejudices just for a laugh.
I just need to catch up with this guy before he gets on a plane to Cleveland.
Sort of a cliche.
You're sort of a cliche.
30 Rock and much of Tina Fey's work in general constantly teeters this line.
Well, I don't even
so if I may quote Lindsay Ellis, I'm not really saying thing bad.
I'm like 30 Rock, this is a show that like normally white people like,
worth
right?
thinking about. It's
I've never.
I just think it's
I
interesting.
know it, but.
And of course,
I have
Tina
never
Fey
been in
addresses topics other than race. In fact, she's probably
But I feel
more
like
well-known
my
for subverting
ex
preconceptions
loved
about the
this
roles
show,
and
but I can't
behaviors of
remember.
women in our society.
And
But
that other show,
makes sense. That's her lane.
Okay,
Sunny,
you know what? I get it.
Sunny with the
Shouldn't be
chance.
here.
No, not Sunny with the chance. That's how you know I really don't know. Jesus. It's that Philadelphia show. What is the show called? Sunny in Philadelphia, I think? Something like that? The first time I saw it, I was like, this is a racist show. This is this is some racism right here. And he did not get it. Like, he was like, what? This is not racist. I'm like,
about black people.
Black people problems.
May find it
I was just like, I'm not even going to explain.
The black community embraces it because even
but I think I only watched one episode.
We can sometimes still relate more to a barber shop than a Sex in the City. But when white people start writing black characters, things can feel really inauthentic.
Beyond.
At worst, the characters are absurd cartoon versions of how
That's
white
why I never
people think
watched,
black folks behave.
actually, let me not even talk about that,
Sometimes
because
they
he
take the
just
safe
died.
route, placing the characters in some kind of post-racial dream world where racism is not a daily issue and skin color is rarely, if ever, acknowledged. This is fine, but just not real. So Tina Fey and her writing teams deserve some credit for confronting race head-on and not pretending that racism doesn't exist. And they also deserve credit for at least making an effort to create and write interesting and funny characters of color who aren't just cartoonish tokens, for the most part. And allowing the actors to add authentic flavor to their performances. There's no doubt that people of color were consulted for some of these jokes. A lot of people point out that Donald Glover, a black man, was a writer on 30 Rock, which is true, but he was like the only one. All that said, it's still a bit awkward to me that Tina Fey has decided that she has the privilege of addressing race so frequently, even to the extent that it may reinforce negative perceptions of people of color. I've always said that comedians, given the choice between something that's morally responsible and something that's funny, will almost always choose the latter. And for the record, I think that's fine. Make your art the way you want it to be. It's just kind of disappointing sometimes, I guess. As for whether Tina Fey is guilty of this, I guess that's up to each person to decide. And as I've said, I love Tina Fey, so obviously her work hasn't completely alienated me.
And yet I hope that, like
Same.
Mark Twain, 100 years from now, people will see my work and think, wow, that is actually pretty racist.
That's just me. What do you think?
I'm sorry, but that was a good one, period. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Mark Twain? Beyond racism. Beyond. I can't. I can't! You know what? Girl, I can't even hate you for that joke right there. I really can't. That was actually really funny. You guys, I'm shocked. Oh my god. Yikes. Yikes. Wow, Tina Fey. I never knew that. Guys, if you watch 30 Rock or whatever, let me know, because I really, honestly, I did not know any of that tea. I really didn't. Interesting. I still love her though. I don't think I still love her, man. She's something serious in this world. I don't know. I like Tina Fey. If you guys come across anything else about Tina Fey, please send it to me, because that was my first time ever seeing anything kind of, just criticism towards her, I guess. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video down below. Thank you guys so much again for 6K. I'm gonna get my makeup done and get the giveaway video filmed and posted, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Bye. See you later. I'ma get a hater every day. I'm dumb. I am dumb. Let's finish this.